All right, good morning, guys. I'm going to do multiple videos this morning. The first one is out of absolute concern for what I've just seen. So, there is this culture out there that is roping in YouTubers for the wrong reasons. Okay, so what am I saying? So, I came across my feed this morning on YouTube. I was looking for a song to play, and there is this avoid altcoin losses that came up onto my feed and it was live. So I thought I'd click into it just to see what it was about. And it is scary what the guys are talking about from a technical analysis perspective for you to follow. So these guys were talking about the RSI and previous support and that kind of thing. And what they were talking about really rose a lot of concern as they were mentioning it because it is wrong. The technical indicators that they're using and the reasoning behind it is scarily off what the real deal is all about. And it's a massive concern to someone like me who actually understands the truth behind the market to see how these guys are pulling in 8,000 watches and 92,000 views just because of the clickbait set up here. Now, in terms of clickbait, guys, there are videos on YouTube on how to get click throughs and that kind of stuff, and it's exactly this. You do some amateur looking thumbnail with some incredible attention grabbing words like this guy breaking out 1,000x altcoin list, that kind of stuff. And it's really concerning to me that they're getting the views that they're getting because the information that they're sharing is so far off what you should be receiving that honestly it rattles me to the core, as how popular those kind of guys are, and there's hundreds of them because they're popular, but the information that they're sharing is just going to create such losses. And I know that because the rationale behind the information that they're sharing is flawed. So it really does kind of beckon in to the guys like ourselves who actually know what's happening in the market to probably get better at those elements of business, for example, click through and bait and that kind of stuff. So you guys like you can get the real information instead of that wishy-washy rubbish that is merely there just for marketing purposes, for click through ad money that YouTube gives the guys, and so on and so forth. So just be careful out there, please. I beg of you. Make sure that you're following what really actually works. And obviously, you've come through to our work over here, so you're already 90% of the way there. But for others who are just running around and hitting up this free information and just watching these YouTube heroes kind of throw your decisions around of where to put money and then taking no responsibility when something goes wrong, it's just a death rattle to your account. So please be very careful. Use this video as a word of warning against that. And I can dive into it a little bit in terms of what they were talking about. Okay, so I don't want to even click in. I have to click out of this thing completely because it's just depressing what the guys are on about. Okay, so let's say, for example, they want to put their analysis based on the RSI. Now, the RSI is just a strength index it's a mathematical equation that gives an indication of what trend may be doing. Okay, so it's a momentum calculator using technical analysis to measure the magnitude of recent prices to evaluate overbought and oversold conditions and blah 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 blah. Boring. And I get it, right? Like you can go out and read this stuff up for yourself, but it's so boring that it puts you to sleep. So the YouTube heroes who use clickbait and those extreme words like buy now 1,000x leverage, 1,000x returns on this altcoin, they're playing off how boring reading finance is for yourself. Okay, so kudos to them for doing that, but they're not doing so responsibly. Like when you don't know what you're talking about, it's just going to create losses for many. Okay, anyway, so the RSI is just a relative strength it's a moving indicator that moves with price. But what it does really is it smooths out price, and it shows you what a smoothed out price would look like at the bottom of your screen. So it's pretty useless. It only can show you what's happened in the past, and it's very poor at predicting of what's about to happen in the future. So guys who use that strategy are absolutely noobs, and they don't understand how this thing works, and they can't forecast correctly. So when they get into trades, they're basing the information on the past, and the forecasting of it is never going to be accurate when looking into the future. So again, guys, please make sure if you're going for this free information that it's not just for the entertainment. Because as a trader, it really upset me this morning when I stumbled across there. And the stuff they were saying was just like, "Are you serious, mate? Are you actually telling people that this is the way you think? Because it's embarrassing. Like, don't do it. It's so far from how the markets actually work." So I know it's free and all the rest of it, and that's why they get all those high numbers. And I just feel for the guys who lean in on free information to make their decisions, because you're not getting informed decisions. Say, for example, okay, I know I do market updates every single day, and I get that, and I'm cool, whatever the case may be. But we've got charts flowing through at least once or twice an hour every single day, where guys are getting involved and sharing ideas and keeping up to date with the market and bringing their ideas to the table for everyone else to analyze. So we've got our thumbs on the pulse, okay? Our fingers on the pulse. So the information that comes out to TradingView, it happens maybe once a day, but the information inside our community groups are happening a lot more frequent. So we jump on the activities that are profitable, and then we kind of let go of the ones that we don't feel are going to be a good one. So again, yesterday, just with regards to what you were seeing over here, the price was over here. It was a very uncertain market. I still said it was going to go up into this range. If I move forward one, it's going to show you that I got the oopsie. I think I did two of the same thing. All right, I'll just have to delete that and get back to it later on. But basically, like, we really know what's going on from our side of things. So let me just actually show you here. Right, let's do it live. So that's where we said it was going to go. So if we go to this replay function, to about there, we put the chart out around about here to say I was going to go there and then turn around and come down. So just to kind of reiterate, let's go back to it. So we said whilst the price was there, I mean, yeah, it wasn't a big move, but I could have dumped down, it could have run up. And we said I was going to go there, and it did. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff. It's like boring for us now. We don't put it out to the public because that's the kind of thing we do in our own time and within our group. So you don't get to see everything that goes on. And that's kind of the sad thing about pro traders, is that we do it that way. Like, we look after our people and our community. And then we also go out and send out free information, but we're not making ad revenue, and we're not making clickbait and all the kind of stuff that the other YouTubers are doing, who are raking in the money. But I mean, the numbers and all the rest of it, because they're selling hype and hype and hype and hype and hype. But the results are super poor, and they don't care if they wreck your account. I mean, when I told my wife about it, she said, "Well, is it NBC? I think, yeah, Money NBC, whatever it is." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's the guys are affiliated with the news channels." And she said, "Oh, dude, the news channels are the worst. The news channels are what create losses. So they're probably into some cahoots with guys and like liquidity exchanges that take on the losses as a positive thing." So just be careful, please follow the right information. If you're watching this, you're at one of the best places on the internet to do exactly that. But if you're not interested, and you want to go towards the entertainment side of learning how to invest, and you go to all these free YouTube channels and stuff like that, just make sure that you're not going to hurt your account too much, because listening to how they do the technical analysis, I mean, it's so bad, guys. It's so bad. It's like going to a fully packed beach of drunk students when it's high tide, and the lifeguards are penguins. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary to watch. Anyway, so that's my little idea over there. Not the official market update, just a word of caution to say, stay away from those kind of hype guys. Stay away from that free entertainment, just because they're getting lots of views, it doesn't mean they know what they're talking about, man. It's really, really scary. Okay, that's it for now. Let's get into the next.